Hey guys, this is the President of Mexico, President Obama, and the President of Canada. And they are just having a good old bash. It is amazing. Find this. It's going live right now. It's April the 2nd at like 1:10, 2:22 p.m. there. And first they were all about health care. They were just saying how the Supreme Court better not overturn it. I mean, some good deep stuff. President of Mexico was saying how his people are all covered and it's the greatest thing, and America needs to follow their example, yada yada yada. But now they're on the Second Amendment, and I'm gonna let y'all watch this yourself. This is getting something.
Let me approach it from another angle. It's been shown that when there is an excessive, quick availability of weapons in any given society, there is an increase in violence and the murders that goes on.
Really, I think it's the opposite.
This phenomenon took place in many places of Africa after their civil wars. We've seen it in El Salvador, Guatemala, in Eastern Europe, in Kosovo, in Bosnia. It's happened, it's taken place in many different areas of the world. And we sustain that the expiry of the assault weapons ban in the year 2004 coincided almost exactly with the beginning of the harshest period of violence we've ever seen. During my government, we have seized over 140,000 weapons in 4 years, and I think that the vast majority have been assault weapons, AK-47s, etc., and the vast majority of these weapons were sold in gun shops in the United States.
I thought they found out with
Mexico. There are
how to let you listen. This makes me so mad.
Weapons shops. If we do our accounts, that means that there are approximately 9 weapons stores for each Walmart that exists in the United States and Mexico. So a good deal of our discussion did touch upon this. But I recognize at the same time the administrative effort that's been undertaken, particularly by President Obama and his administration, so that the agencies for control of the illegal actions curb this export of guns and weapons.
He doesn't say nothing about the freedom of the people of America.
Effort in this sense
Notice that.
In any other time in the past. I have a great deal of respect for the U.S. legislation, especially the Second Amendment, but I know if we don't stop the traffic of weapons into Mexico, if we don't have mechanisms to sale of weapons, such as we had in the 90s, or for registry of guns, at least for assault weapons, then we are never going to be able to stop the violence in Mexico or stop a future turning of those guns upon the U.S. So
okay, this is worth hearing again.
The traffic, then we are never going to be able to stop the violence in Mexico or stop a future turning of those guns upon the U.S.
So if we can't get our own guns taken away, he can't help a future turning of their guns on us.
In Mexico, against the traffic of weapons anywhere, be that within any circumstance. The government of Mexico will never be able to accept anything that has to do with opening this. So President Obama has been very clear on the position of his government. We understand that the work being done by the agencies to stop the criminals, but this cannot be an obstacle to the cooperation that we have to have amongst Mexico and the United States to stop the criminal activities that underlie this issue, and which is one of the greatest obstacles and problems for Mexico. I understand the internal problems from a political point of view in the United States, and I mentioned this publicly in Congress in the United States, and I said things exactly the way I believe them. I said them outright. There's a great deal of discrepancy between points of view. It's a very complex political issue, but it is very important to underscore it. And I believe that's the only part of the question that I can answer it, and I would say that what President Obama has already answered was very well done.
Well, just very briefly, with respect to...
He didn't want President Obama to talk, did he?
Vice President Biden met with the candidates to express sentiments that are similar to the ones that Stephen just expressed here with respect to U.S. Elections, and that is that the friendship between our three countries, the partnership between our three countries extends beyond and is more fundamental than any particular party or any particular election. And that's the message we have to send with respect to Mexico. I've had an excellent working relationship.
So he's not going to say nothing about that gun thing.
I expect to have an excellent working relationship with the next Mexican president.
Makes you wonder what's going behind the scenes.
The underlying common interest that we have economically, socially, culturally, the people-to-people relationship that we have is so important that it transcends partisan politics. And with respect to the issue of guns, I've made very clear in every meeting that I've had with Felipe, and we've actually put into practice efforts to stop illegal gun trafficking north to south. It is a difficult task, but it's one that we have taken very seriously and taken some unprecedented steps. We will continue to coordinate closely with the Mexican government because we recognize the toll that it's taken with respect to families and innocent individuals inside of Mexico. And this is part of our broader comprehensive cooperation in weakening the grip of narco-trafficking within Mexico, and we recognize that we have a responsibility to reduce demand for drugs, that we have a responsibility to make sure that not only guns but also bulk cash isn't flowing into Mexico. And obviously, President Calderon takes very seriously his responsibilities to apply effective law enforcement within Mexico, and I think he's taken courageous steps to do that. So we're going to keep on partnering together in order to continue to make progress on this very important issue.
You asked me about the visa requirement. Visa requirement is the really...
All right. Well, that's mainly, you know, President Obama's a sweet talker. He reminds me of President Clinton. He can make you think that anything doesn't stink. But that president of Mexico can as much. And he made it clear that there was already stuff going on. So I just wanted to show y'all this, a piece of it, because it aggravates. It's not on me. I mean, that's crazy talk. That he has no. But y'all have a wonderful day. Hope that little clip gets you motivated to do something, whether it's find other videos and see what actually was said today and make sure I didn't take it out of proportion, or just to be alert. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.